the U.S. has announced a surprising new ally in its attempt to tackle growing tensions surrounding the South China Sea. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said earlier this morning he held a phone call with Singapore's Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan, in which the two discussed ways to promote stability in the region. The U.S. official said the U.S. would back Southeast Asian nations upholding their rights and interests in the region. Mr. Pompeo also outlined the U.S. opposition to China's territorial claims in the South China Sea during the call. Mr. Pompeo wrote on Twitter, "Great conversation with Singaporean Foreign Minister Vivian Bala today to discuss our desire to uphold international law in the South China Sea and promote stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific." Cale Brown, principal deputy spokesperson for the U.S. State Department, provided more details of the conversation. In a statement, the spokesperson said, Secretary Pompeo reiterated U.S. support for Southeast Asian states upholding their sovereign rights and interests under international law, and he underscored U.S. opposition to PRC efforts to use coercion to push its unlawful South China Sea maritime claims. Secretary Pompeo and Foreign Minister Balakrishnan also discussed the importance of our long-standing partnership and ways to expand our cooperation further, including in ASEAN and its related fora. ASEAN refers to the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, a group which includes Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos PDR, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. However, last month China's ambassador to the Philippines, Wang Zilian, warned Southeast Asian countries against attempts by the U.S. to sabotage stability in the region by becoming involved, according to reports. In other news, Japan has spoken out on the issue in recent weeks. Last month, the country's government said in its annual defense review China is continuing to attempt to alter the status quo in both the East China Sea and South China Sea. The review also said there had been relentless moves by China around a contested group of islands known by Japan as the Senkakus and by China as the Diaoyas. Al Jazeera reports, over the past couple of months, the U.S. has stepped up reconnaissance missions into the South China Sea. The increase in spy planes was picked up by the South China Sea Strategic Situation Probing Initiative, a think tank based at Peking University. SCSPI researchers found there had been 67 U.S. surveillance operations over the region in July, up from 35 in May. However, the research group said there was no need for the U.S. to conduct such intensive missions, because it possesses all-around advanced reconnaissance technology. On one occasion, a U.S. plane came within roughly 47 miles of Shanghai on the Chinese mainland, explaining why the airborne surveillance may have been stepped up in this way. SCSPI Director Hu Bo said the coronavirus pandemic could be a factor. In an interview with Chinese news outlet The Global Times, he said many U.S. warships had been hit with group infections events. The think tank director claimed this could have caused a shortage of warships, and the U.S. might have opted to enhance aviation reconnaissance.